let's turn it over to the best player in baseball. His name is Shohei Ohtani, a.k.a. the second coming of Babe Ruth.
Oh, boy.
Shohei Ohtani yesterday went yard against the Cleveland Guardians again. Actually, this was on Tuesday. He did not homer in the finale on Wednesday. My bad. But he did homer on Sunday and Monday in the first at-bat of the game. And then on Tuesday, he homered in the fourth inning. And as you can see from the picture that I grabbed here, it went to the opposite field. It went to left field for the lefty. And he's so impressive, Nika, to watch. Look at his eyes are right on that ball. Even though the image is a little bit blurry, you can see it. You know, he's just got his head straight down where the ball is meeting the bat. That's how it's done, kids. You have to watch the bat hit the actual ball. It's the most important part of hitting. And so many major leaguers even fail this on a nightly basis. They pull their head. They don't watch the bat hit the ball. And I think if they did, they would probably all hit for a little bit better of an average. But nevertheless, this is textbook right here. Shohei Ohtani, the best player in baseball. You can't deny it.
Yeah, he is. The unicorn of baseball.
Well, he is now the leader of home runs with 20, and that's pretty impressive. You know, he was struggling in April, Nika. He was struggling, and everyone was raving that Aaron Judge is the best. Aaron Judge is the best. Aaron Judge is the best. He's hitting over 400. He's the best. He's the best. And I'm not taking anything away from Judge. He's having a great season, and he's great in his own right. But he is not as great as Shohei. And if you flip to the next slide, look at this, Nika. Players in Major League history to have 20-plus home runs, 10-plus stolen bases, and 50-plus runs scored before June in a season. Shohei Ohtani in 2025, and that is it. That's the list.
Wow. Very impressive.
Very impressive. Quite a specimen indeed. And, oh, by the way, he's been rehabbing to pitch in the middle of all this in case you missed the big trailer that was released on Sunday of glorified batting practice inside of Citi Field in New York. We had a whole film trailer released for this session. So he's doing all this. He's hitting. I've doubted in the past leading into this season, whether Ohtani coming back to pitch again would be able to duplicate what he did last year. Obviously 50-50, the crazy numbers. Now you see here, now the stolen bases have kind of dropped off maybe from the pace, but I still think he's ahead of where he was last year even. He picked up as the season went on and games got tighter and Dodgers needed to win more. It's almost like he's saving a little bit in the tank.
Well, the Dodgers are getting ready to the postseason. They don't care how they get to the postseason as long as they get to it.
Correct.
So whatever works.
Well, it's so funny to me that he even missed a couple games for paternity leave. And I guess he did find the dad power eventually, because we were sort of giving him a hard time that he didn't have immediate dad power. It took like a week. But once that week came that he came back from, that's when this streak started. And if you flip to the next slide from our good friends MLB Network here with the gold check mark, Shohei Ohtani has homered in 3 consecutive games and is slashing .325 with a .429 on base and an .803 slugging with 14 home runs over his last 29 games. And if you're looking at May 28th, well, you can say that that's kind of pretty much since the month of May, and that is about a week after he came back from this paternity leave. So just been crushing it. That's a 1,232 OPS for a month. I mean, move over Aaron Judge. You've got at least company and competition near the top for the best hitter in baseball. And as we mentioned, Aaron Judge does not pitch, so I think he loses best player in baseball just because of that right now.
But he does play a position, so that kind of plays into his.
He does. And he moved over to center field and did it with grace last year for the Yankees to accommodate wonderful Juan Soto. Not so wonderful this year. Might have more to talk about soon if it keeps going that way. But Ohtani is leading MLB with 20 home runs, and he's on pace for 59 now. Nika, do you think he can actually not only come back and pitch after the All-Star break, like it's been announced, but do you think he can do that and hit 60 home runs this year?
Maybe. He can. I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
I know. I won't be shocked anymore. I'm not necessarily expecting him to do it because it is like it's a lot to ask of anybody. And I've always maintained that once he comes back to pitch, that the offense has to slow down, right?
I would agree.
Right. But then now I see him keep doing stuff, and I just wonder, like, would he? Will he? Or is he actually going to be Jordan? Does he actually do all this work that we don't see, like Michael Jordan did? And like people don't talk about this enough, you know? And I feel like Ohtani does this. Like,
we will have to see how his pitching works this season, whether he pitches the way he used to pitch. This is a second time,
That's a good
second
point.
time Tommy John that he had. So players come back a little bit different, and they do have to adjust. But I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to a 60.
I wouldn't be either, and that would be like special, like especially when you take into account all the Babe Ruth comparisons, and Babe Ruth, of course, the first major league player to hit 60 home runs in a season, and you know, one of the few and only. So yeah, this would be a special milestone, I think, for him to reach. And yeah, as much as I doubt it sometimes, I more than often not find myself on the other side of that fence these days, thinking like he's going to do it. And it doesn't mean the Dodgers are going to win the division either, because as you see, they blew a game yesterday.
That has nothing to do with the Dodgers.
The
Dodgers is just the Dodgers. Ohtani is a separate issue.
It's his individual unicornism in all of this. And so, yeah, I'm excited actually to watch this unfold over the summer, even though I'll be rooting for the brown and gold always when the Padres play the Dodgers. And I'll hope he goes 0 for 13 in our games against them this year when it comes to home run stats, but that's unlikely. So got to face facts and face reality.